Good morning everyone, and thank you for joining me here on Creative Crafting World TV for Elevenses with Hels. What a lovely, lovely collection I've got for you today. Our star of the show. First, get the housekeeping out of the way. So, starting off with, if there's anything that you would like to order today, then head on over to our website. The address is www.creativecraftingworld.co.uk. Once you're on the website, you'll see that there's a little page dedicated to the Creative Crafting World TV, and on there are all the goodies that we've got on the show. So you'll see you've got the Lovely Days collection. They're also available individually if you would like, and we've got some fabulous embellishments that match, and we've also got the usual World of Paper cardstock as well. So once you've placed your order, your postage and packaging is applied at checkout. If you're having a nice little crafty spend today, then on all orders over £25, the postage will be free. If you haven't already joined our club, then do have a think about it. It's going to cost you £10 a year to join. We will send you a gift once you've joined, and you will then be entitled to a 10% discount on all orders on the website. Now, as well as that, our gem system means that the more you spend, the more gems you'll accrue. So as you start to accrue those gems, you'll then jump up to the diamond level, which entitles you to 20% off all your orders. Payment options are there for you. You've got PayPal, also your credit and your debit cards, as well as Klarna. So if that's something that does interest you, then do check out the terms and conditions on the website. And finally, thank you for joining me here on YouTube. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, then do subscribe. Also, if you hit the little bell icon, that's actually going to then send you a reminder every time we go live or we post some educational content. And I know that Kevin has been working really hard on the YouTube channel and uploading lots of demonstrations and videos from our sample makers as well. So do have a little mooch around the channel so you'll find lots of inspiration. So, what have I got for you today? It is absolutely glorious. I've so much fun playing with this. I can't tell you how much fun it's been. Starting off with the pads. So we've got a 6x6 decorative paper pad and an 8x8 decorative paper pad. There's a project pad, and there is also a coloured card pad. That is going to cost you, usually, £29.96, so that's the collective price for it. However, today we have it on a really special deal. So it's going to cost you £12.50, but don't forget, if you are in our club, it's £11.25 with your 10% discount. Of course, if you've reached that 20% discount, I'll let you work out how much it is, because I don't do maths. The other thing I forgot to tell you about the club as well is that if you pop your date of birth in when you first join, we'll actually send you a £10 voucher to spend on your birthday. So that's a nice little bonus as well. So £11.25 for this collection. They're also available individually, so do check out the website. You'll be able to see all of the individuals on there. But shall we have a little look at it? I'm going to start off with the 6x6 decorative papers, and you will see you have got 36 sheets, you've got 12 designs, 6 of each, and this is on 160 GSM paper. Now, it's also acid and lignin free, which is really important, especially for this collection, because I think this is going to lend itself perfectly to your memory books and your scrapbooking. So here is this first page with the beautiful roses. You've got this really stylised design of the roses in the, it's like an apricot colour, and then the darker pink. Next, we've got this gorgeous grey background with your little, they're like little polka flowers they are, with the tiny little leaves. Then this one, if any of you have ever done any paint pouring, this is the effect that you hope you're going to get. I've done paint pouring and it always goes horribly wrong and I end up getting messy. But look at that, it's like that oil on water effect. It's absolutely gorgeous. Then we've got these lovely little daisies on the apricot background, and then this one, gorgeous little polka dots, random polkas on there, and then your zigzags. And again, you'll see that all of these colours are running through this collection perfectly. This one, I love it. You've got a candy stripe there. Now you could use it on the diagonal or turn it and actually use it straight. So it depends on the way you want to cut it. Next, we've got the honeycomb design. So you'll see here all of these gorgeous colours, but you've also got these little random florals. Beautiful patchwork, isn't it? Next, we've got the sheet that says hello, and it's this lovely terracotta colour and the beautiful script. Then gorgeous florals on a beautiful dark background. Then we've got this lovely, it's almost like a graph paper. So you've got that lovely soft peach and the scratchy lines. And then, of course, my favourite, the butterflies. And in the background here, I'm going to hold this up to the camera. Hopefully you'll be able to pick it up. It's like remember the old school graph paper that you used to get when we did maths many, many moons ago, before we had any calculators, when we were still using a slate and an abacus. That's the background with these gorgeous butterflies on. So 12 designs. You've got 3 of each in here because there are 36 sheets. This is 6 by 6 in size. Next up, I have got the 8 by 8. So this is exactly the same papers, but they've been made into an 8 by 8. And what I want to do is just grab this one. You can actually see that they've been made smaller. So for the 6 by 6, you've got the smaller designs, enlarged for the 8 by 8. So everything works perfectly together. So let's just have a very quick flick through these. Gorgeous oil on water with the lovely minty colours. So you'll see you've got the same designs in the 8 by 8 as you have in the 6 by 6, which is brilliant because that then means that you can start to mix and match, work them through together. You might want, let me find the hexagon one in the smaller design. Look at that. How fab is that, how it works together? That's like if you wanted to do, this is reminding me of bedding, like a quilt, and then there would be the pillowcase. Bear with, it's one of those days I think today. Then we've got the one that says hello, and that lovely floral. Then the graph, and of course the beautiful butterflies. And let me grab the butterfly one from the 6 by 6 so you can see the comparison in the sizes. So you've got loads and loads of butterflies on there. Use that as a paper on its own, or go in with your scissors and cut them out so you're making your own little embellishments. So that is your 8 by 8. And again, 160 GSM, 36 sheets, 12 designs, acid and lignin free. Perfect for all your memory books and your scrapbooking. Next, my particular favourite, and I do love it when we have these pads. This is your project pad. So in here, I'm going to run through it for you. Over 165 unique pieces. You've got 8 by 8 in size. Again, it's 160, uncoated, so you can add your inks to it. Acid and lignin free, and you'll see all of the designs. Check out the packaging, freebies. We always love a freebie. And in here, you've got mini cards, envelopes, ephemera, gift tags, photo frames, bunting, 3D bows, tape strips, letters and numbers and stamps. Now, when they say stamps, it just means the words. You're not actually getting physical stamps. So let's have a look at this first one. You've got these gorgeous little panels. And we've got hooray for today, be the reason someone smiles today, love. You've got a to-do list there. You've also got these fabulous tickets. Let me turn that around. So you can cut those out. And of course, everything is straight lines, so it's really easy to use. Then next, you've got your mini bunting. It actually gives you instructions on how to use these. So cut out each piece of bunting, fold in half over string or twine, secure with glue or tape. Couldn't be easier. Then we've got all of these lovely words. We've got these little panels here. That one's like a little postage stamp. Then we've got these little tags. And this little one, I'm just going to hold it up. You can see there's like a very faint watermark there with that beautiful butterfly. So that's your next one. Here we've got the mini envelopes. And again, it tells you what to do with them. So cut around the dotted lines, and there are dotted lines all the way around, each labelled with the tabs. Now the envelope seal is a circle. It fits with our dies. So if you've got any of our circle dies, in the nesting variety, they work. And then you've also got these lovely panels as well, so the world needs what you've got. How uplifting is that? Then we've got the little mini cards, so basically cut these out, fold them in half, there you go. We've got envelope labels, so if you do like doing your envelope art, easy just to cut those out and stick them on. Then we've got the bow embellishments, so simply cut around and pop them together, and there's a little diagram and the instructions there for you. Then we've got little photo frames, so you can cut these out, maybe go in and cut that bit out and add a photograph behind it. Then you've got a lovely little sentiment. This one, a smile is the shortest distance between two people. That is just so lovely. Then you've got your washi tape strips. Next, we have got all of these gorgeous alphas. So you've got all of your alphabets and your numbers and your days of the week, and you've also got your months as well. As I said, perfect for your scrapbooking, for memory books, anything like that. And I'm thinking this time of year when we're all going out for days and taking loads of pictures, it'd be really nice just to have something like this. And it's that nice little thing to refer back to, isn't it? Then finally, we've got the coloured cards. So here you've got 24 sheets. You've got 16 colours, double-sided. And it's 160 GSM, again, acid and lignin free. So what I'm going to do with this one is actually flick through. So these are all of the colours that you're getting. Now, I'm thinking straight away, you could cut that into strips. That's a beautiful border, isn't it? And you've got your little freebies. But because they're double-sided, you get a choice of what you want to use. So you've got all of the colours that are going through this collection. Look at that bright pink, it's stunning. Then you've got the greys. You've also got those greens, a craft style one, and it looks textured. And again, this is uncoated, so you can go in with your stamps, with your inks if you want to. But how this works is you've got 24 sheets with 16 colours, so you've actually got 8. If that makes sense. So each section is 8, and then you've got 3 of each. So you'd have 3 of the craft. Let me find the craft, and that's the easiest one to show you. So you've got one there, and then one up here somewhere. Where is it? There it is. So can you see what I mean when I say you've got 3? But you've also got the colours on the back. So you could do that. And you can start to fold over, and it can be all nice and fancy. So add a little brad in there or something, that would look brilliant. So I'm hoping you can all see me, because it all looks like it's going a little bit odd. If you can't see me, then can you just give us a little note, please? Because I don't know. I think, you know, our Linda was in on Wednesday. I think the gremlins have actually stayed. I think she's left them here. So what I'm going to do Right, I'm going to try talking. And Jane's saying pictures but no sound. I'm hoping that the sound is back. We might have to stick to the overhead camera, but that's not a massive issue because I can just keep showing you stuff there anyway, so you don't...
Sound's back.
The sound's back, yeah! Hurrah! Okay, really sorry about that, chaps. Don't know what happened. Well, I think that Linda Chapman's brought a gremlin. She's definitely brought a gremlin with her. Anyway, as I was saying, just to recap, we have got, let me show you the Lovely Days collection again. So I know you can hear me, so I'll just do this so you've got something to look at. We've got 4 pads in this collection today. Now normally it would be £29.96. Today it is just, for all of this deliciousness, £12.50. If you are in our club, that will mean that it will drop down to £11.25. And look at all this lusciousness. You've got your 6x6 pad, which is the one I've got here. And you've got your 8x8 pad. You've got your project pad, which has got all of these beautiful little bits and bobs in there. 165 unique pieces. And then, of course, I think this is as far as I got when everything went a little bit wonky. So I'm just going to recap through. This is your double-sided 160 GSM coloured paper, and all of these colours go perfectly. So you've got 24 sheets, 16 colours, so that means you've got 3 rotations of these. So you'd like have 3 of the craft colour, 3 of the deep pink. Perfect. I love double-sided paper because you can do that, so you can see that contrast. You can do little folds and stuff. Okay, so as I said, that is your Lovely Days collection. Also, we have got individuals, so your 6x6 pad, normally £5.99 would be £3. So, where is it? This one. That's £3 today individually. Next up, your 8x8 pad, which is this one, would normally be £7.99 today. That is £5. And don't forget, you've also got your club discount on there as well if you are a member. Then the coloured card, and this is one I would definitely go for an extra of this because you will use a lot of it with it being double-sided. So this one again is £5. Normally it would be £7.99. And your project pad here, normally £7.99 today, is £5. So to go with all of that, we have also got a pack of embellishments. So here are the embellishments. Now you're going to get 5 of them, so it'll be a random pick. We've got the adhesive pearls, adhesive gems, photo frames, which are really cool. We've got buttons. I love these. Anything buttons I absolutely love. Love the buttons. Then 20 grams of sequins. Now the sequins, I've actually used them on this particular sample, so let me show you that. And I'm just going to give that a little wiggle. There's one there, and then I've just glued some on there. So you can see it just adds that little bit of shimmer. So I love those sequins. They would also be perfect for shaker cards. And then we've got these gorgeous wooden shapes. So little hearts with a heart cut out. You've got some that are the natural wood, and you've also got some that are white. So let me grab the samples that I've used those on. Here is the one with the white heart, and this is that sample that I was showing you where the little card opens and I've decorated inside. I'm actually going to make this in a moment. And then there's the natural looking wood, so everything matches perfectly together, as you would expect from all of our collections at Creative Crafting World. So just to recap, for those that have joined us late, Lovely Days is the collection today. It's normally £29.96. Today is £12.50. In the club is £11.25. You can place your orders on our website, which is creativecraftingworld.co.uk. When you're on the website, you'll find that there is a dedicated page for our Creative Crafting World TV. Hop across there, have a little look-see at what we've got for you. You'll see you've got all the individuals for the collection as well, and you've also got your embellishments. So you will get a random pick of 5 of those embellishments. And we've also got Linda's black card, we've got card from the brick, we've got the craft line card, the Woodstock, and we have also got the card and envelope packs. So do have a proper little mooch around the website and have a look what we've got. So because we've lost a few moments with the gremlin,
sorry guys,
and she's saying sorry guys, what I'm going to do is get cracking on my first demo. So I've got everything here. I've just plonked it onto my table because it's all more or less sorted, but I've also got the little bits and bobs. I want to show you where I've started with them. So the page here that we've got that's got this lovely envelope on it, I'm going to cut this out. I want to show you how easy it is. So I've got some scissors now. I've got a long blade of scissors here. I can't find my usual ones, so I've had to nick these out the kitchen. So they're a bit sticky, but I did clean them off. Do bear with. And this, you'll see you've got little dotted lines along the edge. You literally just snip down. Now the longer the blade, the easier it is to snip. When you've got a shorter blade, you have to do more cuts, so you've got a chance of going wobbly. So that's just a little hint for you. So cut along these little grey dotted lines, and you'll see that you can actually cut out your envelope really, really easily. And your envelopes, you've got 2 on each of the pages. So that means you've got 6 pages, so you'll have 12 in total, which is pretty cool. These will be absolutely brilliant if you are doing like a memory book layout and you want to add little tickets in there, little mementos of your day out. So just go in there and snip. Now you've also got, it tells you which the tabs are, so while I've been cutting those out, I've been paying attention to it. And you've also got this lovely little pale grey line along there, which is where you fold. So it's really simple. You just fold it over like so. And then I always use my bone folder just to make sure that I've got a nice sharp crease. And then there's the next one. And again, we'll just give that a little fold over. And then that bottom one, I can just fold that up. So you've got that lovely envelope. And it actually does tell you as well, if I show you on here, there's the instructions. So it says cut around the dotted lines, turn over so the printed side is facing down, fold the tabs A to B, centre, secure with tape or glue, blah, blah, blah. And it tells you how to do it. And you've also got that little fold on the top. Now I've gone a little bit wonky on that one, so I'm just going to give that a little push just so I've got that spot on, because I want it to look nice and neat and tidy. There we go. Now I'm going to stick the centre bit down with a little dot of glue. So just by taking that along there and then fold that over and stick that down. And then the bottom bit, I have got some of this red line tape. So I'm going to snip that and then bob that onto the bottom bit, so that's going to be nice and secure. And then poke a tool just to lift up the edge of it like that. And then I can stick that down. So now we've got the perfect little envelope. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? And you'll see on the front you've got that lovely cartouche with those little butterflies. So that's the first part of my card. I'm going to show you, this is the card that I'm actually going to be making. So I want to show you how I've made it. Okay, so card blank, 7x5 landscape fold. So it goes that way, but as you know, I do like the tent fold, so I'm actually having it that way. So I'm going to have a little look at the comments. We've got Janet saying no sound, I've checked everything at my end. Janet, it's us, don't worry. Hopefully you can see this and you can hear me now. Stephanie's saying anyone's getting everything said twice. Oh heck, I hope not. Sound is fine for me, says Mrs. Stationery and Stuff. Mandy, well hey, now all back, thank you. Sorry folks, I plugged in the toasting maker in the wrong socket. You see, you've got to blame Kevin. Toasties. I haven't asked you a question of the day, have I? Okay, what's your favourite toasty? Mine is cheese with very thinly chopped red onion and a squirt of salad cream. It is the best. And oh, it's heaven. And she's looking at me like I'm a bit of a loon. But also then there's your super noodle toasty, that's a game changer. I'll tell you about that another time. Jane's saying, if it's me, I blame technical difficulties on the latest updates. It's normally my poor hubby has to sort it out. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. Everyone knows that I am actually Technotrog. That's my DJ name. Viv, this kit is lovely. Thinking about adding it to the new USB and maybe black card. I'm down to my last 150 sheets. Yeah, do stock up, Viv. Don't miss out. Now, Viv's mentioned the new USB. For the eagle-eyed amongst you, you will have noticed that our Linda is on Create and Craft later with the new USB. It's USB number 12. I think it's on the website, so do have a look for that. Lisa is saying cheese and beans toasty, cheese and tomato from Stephanie, cheese and onion, yeah, me and Kevin the same, cheese and ham. You see, there's a cheese basic. Everybody loves a bit of cheese. Right, shall we get cracking and start to put this together? Now, I've gone a little bit different with this because I'll tell you what I did. I've got my tape, here we go. Instead of having it like straight mats and layers, I went wonky. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you. Let me show you in this. Can you see how I've gone wonky around here? Being totally honest, I wasn't concentrating on what I was doing. And I popped the card down and it wasn't straight. And I thought, oh, what am I going to do now? I know, I'll just make the whole lot wonky, which I think looks quite good. So my first layer is going to be straight, so I've got that lovely little frame around it. But this is what happens, you know, when you're making a card and you've put your paper down and it's not straight, don't panic, because it's easily changed, because you could just change the look of it. Make it look like you've deliberately done it, because no one knows what it was supposed to look like anyway. So that one, you see what I mean? I've stuck it down wrong. It's like, oh no. Rather than trying to pick it back up again, go with it. Trust your instincts. Then I've got some of that lovely pattern paper. This is from an 8x8 pad. And that one I'm going to do that way. So straight away you've got that different look going on, haven't you? Next I have got, let me look at that one. This. So this is a little piece of paper from this is the 6x6 and this is the 6x6. So we've got the smaller butterflies. And I'm actually going to tear that down. I wanted a different look. So this one I've already torn. That says hello, that's that lovely hello paper. And again, just give that a little bit of tape and stick that down on there like that. And then to tear them, now sometimes if you tear towards you, you're going to leave a white edge because you're actually pulling the print away. If you tear away from you, you're not going to have that white edge. So this, I always prefer to do it this way. So I'm actually going to loads more. We've got cheese and onion or tomato, yeah. Cheese and onion with homemade tomato soup. Oh, yes, please. Cheese, ham and chutney. I love a wonky mat and layer. Do you know what? Sometimes it does look quite cool, doesn't it? It just makes that little bit of difference. And because it's a collage, we can get away with it as well. So that's the first one, which is going to go like that. And then the next one, I'm going to do it slightly different because I'm going to tear towards me, so I want that white edge showing. So it just shows you the different ways that you can do all of this tearing and whatnot. And keep these little bits because they'll come in handy. And then I'm going to stick these down, so just a few bits of tape across there and we'll stick them down. And these can go on wonky as well. Here we go. There is that one, like that. Okay, so next I've got my envelope, which I want to go there. And then let me have a little rummage through all the little bits and bobs. This is one of those little miniature cards. And what I've done is I've already cut that out. And this, I've just used my paper trimmer straight away. Jane's saying, all my layers are always wonky. I don't have a straight eye. Neither do I. I've always said I've got a wonky eye. And my friend, when I first started crafting, she used to laugh at me because everything that I did was wonky. So she bought me a stamp that says, embrace your wonkiness, which I just think is the best. So yeah, embrace your wonkiness, be wonky. So here is that little card. It's gorgeous. Can you see the little butterflies there? It's like a chalkboard effect. So you've got, oh thank you Ange, you've got a little note to say, and then it's almost like, you know when you stamp with bleach, and then it lifts off and it bleaches it out. Or if that was like hickory smoke distressing and you've dried it and then you're stamping with water, it gives you that gorgeous effect. That's what that looks like. So here's my little card, but I wanted to decorate the inside of it. So what I've done is taken some little strips and doodahs of paper. So here's this one, and again I'm going to go for the let's just tear this all the way down here. So we've got this lovely effect of the torn bit, and for this, because I've got those rough edges, I'm just going to give this a little scribble of glue. And then that one, because this is that backing paper that I've used on the front of the card, you'll see that that actually does marry up beautifully. So now we've got this one. Then I've got that other little bit of the scratchy graph. And again, just a little quick tear down there. And a bit of glue. We'll stick that one like that. And then just chop that down so that's nice and neat. And then remember when I was going through all the project pad, I said that we've got washi tapes. So you've actually got these, they're like little washi papers. So it's like a little strip of gorgeousness, which I'm just going to stick on there. And again, just that little line of glue, which I can press down like so, and then snip that off. So that's the inside of my card. And then we had all of those little stamps, you know, the little, they look like little postage stamps. We've got all of these, sent with love. And again, that can go on the inside over the top of that. So now the inside of your card has got a little bit of interest as well. So this is starting to build up beautifully, isn't it? We've got there, that one can go there. And then, remember I showed you the little buntings that literally you cut them out and then you get some tape and some twine. So let's use a little bit of red line tape, and because I've got the strength with the red line. With the normal tape it wouldn't be quite strong enough to hold on to the twine. So that's why I want to use that red line tape. And then with poker tool, I'll just lift that one up like so. Get rid of that, which is a little bit of the tape itself. There we go. And then the twine, which I can just bob into the centre, tap that down, and then fold over. And simply by folding, you've actually got some bunting. I just think that's lovely. I think it's so pretty. And then you can just use the heat from your thumb and your fingers just to give it a little squiggle to give it some height. And then what I'm going to do with this is snip those down just a smidge and unravel it so it's nice and fluffy. There we go. Okay, right, next I cut out one of the tags. This is one of the tags again from the project pad, and it says happy birthday, and it just so happens that that hole is the size from the crocodile. So if you've got a crocodile, you can punch that hole out perfectly. So that is going to go on there. Can you see how this collage is starting to build up? And then I wanted a bow. So, and I want to show you how I've done these bows. Now, bear with, I'm going to try and do this as quickly and as neatly as possible. I can't guarantee that it will be that quick. So talk amongst yourselves for a moment while you watch me doing this. Actually, let me just have a quick look up. Who have we got? Jane's saying all her layers are wonky. She doesn't have a straight eye. I've read that one already. Kevin, yeah, please do read what Kevin's saying about hitting the bell icon, blah, blah, blah. Caroline, I could cut a wonky line with my paper trim stuck an eye. Jane, the last few days have definitely been wonky for me due to a bout of vertigo. I suffer with vertigo as well, Jane. You have my every sympathy, love. A couple of weeks ago, when I was doing Elevenses, I was so dizzy. I did have the chair behind me just in case. I absolutely loathe it, and it's one of those things that I wake up with it and it's just there, isn't it? Makes you feel disgusting. So I hope that you don't suffer with it too much. Right, so can you see I'm just cutting along the line there like it's telling me to do in the instructions. So I've already cut out these little bits. So what you're going to get is, have I got, oh, I've got one here, look, I can show you. Ta-da! Bow embellishments, cut around the shapes, assemble by taking the ends of B and securing them to A with tape or glue, wrap C around the centre. So it actually tells you what to do. And then you've got B, A and C, and you've got 3 different patterns on those bows. They're fabulous. And all of this is in that lovely project pad. So what I do is just use my pokey tool just to curve the centre of B. This one's B. Then place it face down and add a little blob of glue. And then this is where my tweezers come in really handy, because I can push that over until it gets into the middle and then just hold that in place. So it's going to grab onto the glue, and then do the same again, so add a little bit more glue, and then I'll twist that around, and that can then go over into the centre there, like so, and then we'll press that one down. So I think that's really cool. It's such an easy thing to do. And then if you straighten it out a little bit, here is the base bit for it. So again, a bit more glue, and I've tried it with tape and it's quite fiddly, so I would advise you use a wet glue. As ever, I've got my Pinflair bookbinding glue because it is such a strong glue and it grabs quickly as well. But use whichever wet glue you prefer. And the bendy tweezers, not only are they really pointy, they also come in handy for just pressing down so things adhere. And then I have got C. Now this is the little wraparound tab, so again I'm just going to give this a little curve, and what that does is it stretches the paper fibres so it makes it easier to wrap it around. And then a smidge of glue into the centre, pick that one up, take my tweezers and just bob that where you want it to go. So we'll straighten that up, there we go, and then press that down. So that's all glued, and then flip it over, give that a little wiggle, add some glue into the back, and then wrap this around. So this is where your tweezers come in handy, because I know for a fact that these tweezers are going to be finer than your fingertips, unless you're like Jenny Tweezer hands or something. Can you imagine if you've got tweezers on the end of your fingers, how handy that would be?
Scary.
It would be quite scary, and she's quite right. So would you prefer to have tweezers for fingers or pokey tools for shoes? No, for toes. Tweezers for fingers, pokey tools for toes. I think I'd go for tweezers for fingers, to be honest. Right, so now that is stuck down, I can then just give it a little wiggle, and you've got that gorgeous bow. Isn't that beautiful? And as I said, it gives you those instructions. Then I've got sentiment that says best friend, and this is from the project pad again with all of those lovely words that we've got. So let's start to stick this together. So starting off with the envelope, I'm going to add a couple of little bits of tape on there, and then that can go around about there. Now the card itself, I want this to be detachable, so what I've got here are these little Velcro dots. So I've got a little fuzzy one, and then I've got the hooky one, which I'm going to stick over the top. I'm sure that these have proper names, don't they? The fuzzy one and the hooky one, you know what I mean. And then lay that where you want it to go and press it down, and then it's like an interactive card because it leaves that behind. So do it so the hooky one is stuck down, because that's the one with the most cling. So it's easier to remove the fuzzy one first, if that makes sense. You all know what I mean, I know you do. And then I've got some 3D tape, which I'm going to bob into the centre of this. So just one bit. And that can then go across here. So it's actually just giving it that little bit of just a bow shape. Then I've got my happy birthday, and again I want to add some 3D foam to this so I can actually give it a little bit of lift. So I've got that one there, and then that one there. And we'll just press this down like so, and then I want that to hold it closed but still be able to lift it up. So if I place it around about there, it's holding it closed but I can still lift it up and read inside, so it's like a little tuck. Then I've got the best friend, so a little bit of glue on the back of that, and we'll just, again, we'll layer these on at an angle so it's in keeping with the rest of the card, and we'll stick that down. And then finally I've got my decorations, so I've got my little bow, and I'm just going to add again a little bit of glue into the centre there, and the bow can go there. And then I've cut out a little butterfly, which I can then add. I'm going to add that to the middle of the card actually. Sent with love. So it's got that little bit of 3D decoration in there. I'll close that one down. And then finally, some embellishments. So I've got some of the hearts. I want to use one of the white ones. So they're little wooden hearts, these. So don't forget your embellishments. You get, it'd be a random collection of 5 packs, but you will get different ones. You won't get 2 of the same. And they are £5. Normally they would be £15, so you've got quite a decent saving there. So there we go, a collage style card made using the Lovely Days collection, which is the star of the show. And today I'm just going to recap for you all of the information. So if you want to place an order, head on over to the website. It's www.creativecraftingworld.co.uk. Once on the website, you'll see we've got a dedicated page there which is for all of the goodies that are on the show. So you'll see you've got all your individual pads. So normally £7.99 for the 8x8s, today are £5, and your 6x6 pad is £5.99 normally, and today's £3. The whole collection is normally £29.96 and today is £12.50. If you have joined our club for £10 a year, we'll give you a gift when you join. You'll then get a 10% discount, so if you're in the club at £11.25. Free postage and packing on all orders of £25. That's something else as well which you need to think about if you do want a little crafty spend. We've also got Linda's black card, white card from the brick, the craft lion card, the Woodstock, and then we've also got our card and envelopes pack. So do have a little look at all the goodies that we've got. And as I said, the embellishments, pack of 5, randomly chosen. So the ones that I went through earlier, you've got the sequins and the buttons and the gems, etc. You will get 5 of those. Normally that would cost you £15, and today it is just £5. And you've seen, as I've used them on the card, how well they work together. They're actually made to go together. They are absolutely brilliant. Right, shall we do another demo? I think we should do quite a quick one. And I've got an 8x8 card here. So as well as making like a collage style, because that could be a page of a book, that one I've just done, this is more of a card. So let me get on my little bits and bobs. Look at him, he don't want to come out, he's shy. Come here, you. Right, there we go. Have we got any more comments? So Wonky Cards, our designer, is they're one of a kind. That's so true, Stephanie. Dragon's Den, I love my tweezers and couldn't craft without them. arthritic hands. Bless you, I know that feeling. Haven't made paper bows in an age. Do you know what? I've never made a paper bow. That's the first one I've ever made, so there you go. Can't be without a pokey tool either. Mesmerised by this demo, thank you. Pokey tool and tweezers are my must-have. They certainly are. And then Dragon's Den saying love it, and more is more card. Oh yes indeed. I do love whacking a load of stuff on a card, as you know. Right, so here we've got one of our 8x8 cards with all the little bits and bobs that I've already prepared. So I'll move those out of the way. Starting off with, how fabulous is this? Just look at it. This double-sided coloured card, it looks like it's textured, but it's not. It's completely smooth, and of course it's uncoated, so that means that you can add your inks to it, but look at the colour on the back. It's just lovely. So if you did want to do little fancy folds and stuff, look how fabulous that would look. And like I said, if you are going to go for any of our individuals, the colour card is probably one of the extras that I would go for, simply because you can see how much I'm using. Now, be stingy and cut the centres out of your card mats, and then that means that you've got extras to play with as well. So you literally just go in and remove that centre. They call it gutting. I don't like that word because it reminds me of fish, but you know what I mean. Right, so tape on the back. Look at that lovely grey. But I wanted this beautiful green. It's like a sea glass colour, that is. And then that lovely soft peachy colour with the scratchy grid. And again, just a little bit of tape into the corners. And we'll pop that into the middle. Now the measurements I've used on this card, because it's an 8x8, the first layer is 20 by 20. The next one is 19 by 19, and then the paper is 18 by 18. So if you did want to know the sizes that I've used, there you go. Then I've taken that lovely patchwork design and I've cut out one side of it. So I'm now going to go and cut out the other. So I can use a shorter blade with this one, and I can just go in and snip. This is why I love anything that's got a shape on it. So when you've got triangles or your hexagons or squares, diamonds especially, I love going in and cutting these out because I think they look so fabulous, because you can get that little edgy look. And can you see how easy it is? I'm just following that line, snipping down, manipulate the direction of your card so it's easier to cut. Easier to move the card than it is to move your hands and the scissors. Snip. Look how easy that was. And then you've got that there if you wanted to use it as a border across the top. Isn't that cool? It's just so good. Then that I'm going to line up so it's going to go around about there. I'm going to make a little pencil mark like so, and then just cut. So this, I should have measured it before, but I forgot. Right, so that bit is going to go into the middle. I'm going to give that a little bit of tape. And there we go. And straighten it up there. Then I've got, remember the washes that I was telling you about from the project pad? Here's another one of those with the lovely colours. I'm going to bob that across the bottom. And again, just a little bit of tape just to hold that in place. There we go. And that's 18 centimetres, that one. Then I have taken one of those lovely labels. So be the reason someone smiles today. And look at that paper. That's that one. Do you remember me showing you it? That's got that like paint pouring on it. These are my mats and layers. I'm not using my coloured card to do that. I've actually used the pattern papers. So you don't just have to use plain edges for your mats and layers. You can add a little bit more interesting just by adding the decorative papers. There we go. And that's nice because that grey is picking up here, but also it's not too stark, because sometimes if you've got just a straight black around there, it would be quite overpowering, especially with these lovely soft pastels. So this one is going to go into the centre, and I'm going to use some 3D foam to lift it up because I want it to have some depth and dimension, like so. And then we can stick that down on there, like that. Then what I've done is I've taken some more of this paper and I've cut it down to make some little banners. And that is actually one of those little, it's like a little label that we've got in the project pad. So I've cut that down because I really liked the multicolours on there. So the labels, just use the tape across the top. You don't need to put tape all over it because again it's one of those that it can be like an interactive one, so it's movable. Then I've got that one that matches with this paper here. So you've got that lovely paint pouring style. And I'm going to layer that one over the top there, just to add that little bit of interest up at the top. And then I got busy with my scissors and I cut out lots of butterflies from both the 6x6 and the 8x8 pads. So I've got all of these beautiful butterflies that I've cut out, but you'll notice that on the pads you've also got some that some of the wing is cut off. Well, save those because you can actually cut around and have it like the butterfly that's in mid-air where his wings are flapping. So you don't have to see all 4 wings, do you? You could just see 2. Give that a little wiggle and cut that one out like so. Get rid of that. And then I'll start to stick these down. So just by adding a little pinch in the middle, I can then add some glue just to the centre so they actually start to look like they're standing up, and then just randomly dot them onto the card. You'll see that often I'll do a little kaleidoscope of butterflies that look like this because I just think it looks so pretty. It just adds that little bit of extra interest to the eye as well. And we've got another little pinky one there. Oh, excuse you. If anyone heard that, that's somebody pipping the horn as they go past the building. I don't know who it was. Maybe they've been watching and they've now got to go to work. If it was you, if you watch this later and it was you driving past and you pipped, we've got the A6 right outside the door. So sometimes you might hear the odd siren or the odd little pip. And then let's just I've stuck that one down. I'm getting lost on how many of these I've stuck. Here we go, I did cut out quite a few, didn't I? There we go. Then this chap I'm going to put up at the top so he can actually be resting up here. So he's gone for a little flap off up there. And then this little fella is another one that's just one of those little half butterflies. So he can just be having a little flap around there. And then I'm thinking buttons for this. So I've got these gorgeous buttons, and I'll take one of each colour. Has anyone got a button tin? I've got a beautiful button tin. I think I told you about it when I was on a few weeks ago. You know the chocolates that we buy in the colourful wrappers at Christmas? You know the ones. Well, normally they're in a plastic tub, aren't they? But last Christmas, they did some that were in a metal tub. So I bought them. So I've got a proper button box now. So obviously, just for research purposes, I had to eat said chocolates. I have to say I do love a toffee penny. And then all my buttons are in there, and sometimes I'll just go into my sewing room and just sit idly rubbing my hands through the buttons because it's quite pleasing to do that. Does anyone else do that, or is that just me? It's probably just me, isn't it? Right then, so let's give those a little wiggle and stick them down where we want them. And there we are, there's that card finish. So of course you can add your own cardstock to it. So I think white card and also your craft card, as you'll see. If you have got the craft lion card, look how beautifully that works together as well. So I know that we've run over ever so slightly, so I'm awfully sorry about that. And I know that we did have our little gremlin. So I am actually just going to go investigating now and find him and trap him and then send him off in a crate somewhere because he's very naughty. But thank you for putting up with the problems and sticking with me. Let's just have another quick look through the rest of the comments. We've got Dragon's Den saying, I have a button tin, used to love rummaging in my mum's when I was a child. My grandma had a beautiful, it was an old, I think it was Walker's Non-Such toffee, and it was a massive big tin with loads of buttons, and I just love running my fingers through them. You see, I'm not the only one. Us crafters, what we're like. Stephanie's saying, when I was little, I used to love playing with my mum's button tin and sorting them out. Mandy's saying, beautiful demos. Thank you, Mandy. I have my nan's sewing box with a tin of her buttons. That's really special. What a beautiful keepsake. Anyway, if you would like to buy this collection, the Lovely Days collection, then today it is just £12.50. If you are in our club, that'll work out at £11.25. Our ranch is showing you where you can get those from on our website, which is creativecraftingworld.co.uk. All that's left for me to say is, again, thank you for sticking with me and putting up with all those little gremlins. I am back on Wednesday. Don't forget our Linda's on Create and Craft this evening with the launch of the number 12 USB, which is gorgeous. And it is on our website as well if you'd like to buy it from us. A few last comments coming through. Caroline's saying, thank you for your time and lovely demos. Thank you, that's really kind of you to say that. Have a fabulous weekend, everybody. Enjoy your crafting, and I will see you on Wednesday at 11.